putting it out. Like, I can't be everything for everyone. And to be honest, I may be after the Jeffrey thing, like I may be even a little more rough now, right?
Whoa. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sami Sampi, and today we're going to talk about Ready to Love Miami, episode 3. Let's get right into it. Okay, Ready to Love Miami, episode 3. So far, I can see some couples that are actually dating the right way. I think that Mark Anthony and that works in like aviation. I think her name is Alba. I'm going to put a picture. And Cynthia and Andre, Jeffrey and DeMarco. I think those three couples, their dates looks good. And the reason why I believe that they're looking good together is because of the type of discussion that they're having. They're really trying to get to know each other. Don't see any like sexual innuendos like I've seen with, for example, Fabrice. I feel like they're not jumping the gun. You see a genuine attraction, and you also see that they're really willing to make an effort to try the activities. Like, for example, with Mark Anthony, he didn't really want to do that gym stuff, but he did it for his girl, right? So I thought that was really good. Cynthia and Andre's date, Cynthia really opened up to Andre. She got really emotional, but it's a good thing, right? They're having some good, deep discussion, and I think this is a good look. Now, for the people that have been worrying about Fabrice, Fabrice is doing the most. His date with Corvaya was really bad. I felt that Fabrice was giving to Corvaya the I know what type of woman you are. You don't really need to explain yourself. I know who you are. I don't blame that. At the same time, he wanted her to open up more, and that was kind of weird. Corvaya seemed to have an attitude, but really that could have been the editing. If Fabrice wasn't such a creep, they actually could have worked because he liked a type, and he talks about money, he let it be known that he's made money very early on in his career, in his life. He's a well-traveled man, lived in France, which is talked about a lot, talk about his experiences, of course, talks about sex, always add the fact that sex is important to him. Honestly, he is a walking red flag, 45 years old, and all you can talk about is sex and how important it is to you. And a part of me is like, well, you're talking about you're ready to love, but obviously if this is how you've been acting in your life, that's probably why you're not married today at 45 years old, because truly what you think about is intimate sexual relationship. Is it that important? Honestly, yes, they are, but sex can be taught. You can learn how to pleasure your partner, you can learn how to do those things, but being a good person cannot be taught. Being genuine cannot be taught. Being open-minded cannot be taught. And is focusing on things that can honestly be taught. Let me all know what you think. Honestly, I understand a little bit why Kovaya was not, happy with him, but at the same time, she's also attracting the type of men that, she said she likes. She wants a man that is going to take care of her. He doesn't mind taking care of you, but you're just going to give her some of that cat, I guess. The other couple that I'm not really sure about are going to be Lyndon, Mr. I am a smoocher. He really tried to kiss that girl like out of nowhere. I am a smoocher. Let me go ahead and try my luck. I'm not sure about this couple. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to like go the long distance. And that's honestly just based on the dates that I've seen today. Tony. I like Tony, but there's something about him that gives me, he knows what to say, but that might not be the type of man that he is when he is in a relationship. Let's just say that when it comes to him, I want to kind of like see him more in action before I actually make up my mind on who I think he is in the context of the dating. He's really feeling old girl, and I think she's also really feeling him. So we'll see where that's going to lead them. So as you know, it was the ladies' turn to make a decision on who they can eliminate. Of course, Tommy told them that they have one chances where nobody needs to be eliminated. I was quite surprised that Corvaya didn't put Fabrice as like his number one to be eliminated. I think she did put him in a bottom two. The person that she said she wanted to eliminate was Lyndon because he still lives with a roommate and she wants to be with a man that's like independent, I guess, and that does not need to have a roommate. And I think that's quite sad because I don't remember hearing her asking him why he has a roommate. Maybe he has a roommate because he wants to save money. Maybe he has a roommate because he's a very simple man and he wants to be able to save money for the time that he is going to have a wife, right? Like everybody that has roommate don't have roommate because the broke. Blake name came out a lot and then Jeffrey dropped the bomb.
Blake expressed to me that he has to do this process because he already has found his girl. He was like, "You're my dream woman." And so every date I'm going on, he wants to know what time I'm getting done. Who's your top? I'm beginning to feel like I'm in a relationship without,
Not being in one.
Yeah.
Everybody is shocked, especially Suhan, because Suhan really want to be with Blake. She went on a date with him where I felt that I don't know. I felt like Blake was not really showing his emotion. I don't know if he's feeling Suhan or not. Honestly, she's making it clear that she's feeling him, but I don't think, based on the way he's acting, that he's feeling her. He's not showing his emotion. He's giving me guarded, but apparently there's a lot going on in the behind the scene of Ready to Love, and Blake has been getting all the work done in the background. So we're learning that yeah, he's been talking to Jeffrey. She's the one for her, and honestly, he don't want anybody else there. Two that they put at the bottom are Blake and Fabrice. Fabrice, he's taking it well. He's saying that he wouldn't change anything, that he feels really proud of the way he approached the situation. He feels like American people are very close-minded and that French people are very open-minded. I mean, I'm a French girl, so I think that I can give my opinion about that. I don't think that French people like to talk about sex more than American people. I think that is probably the type of industry that Fabrice was in. I think he said he was in like the fashion industry. So people over there might be a little bit more open when it comes to sex, and they also probably are a little bit more shallow. Let's be honest. Honestly, you're 45 years old, you've had the same recipe for a long time, and it has not been working for you. And even though people are telling you clearly you talking about sex a lot is creepy and they don't like it, you feel like you're not going to change anything. What else am I going to say to you? You're probably going to end up old and alone unless you find somebody that sees life like you, which I wish you that, because he seems like he's a nice man besides the fact that he loves to talk about sex all the time. And we have Suhan dropping all the bombs to Blake.
So today we met in the women's lounge. Some of the comments were that you're very combative, rough, and Jeffrey even said that you hate the process because you've already chosen her.
Suhan is dropping names. She don't care. She's telling him straight up what all the 8 ladies have been saying. She's telling him what Jeffrey has been saying, and we can see the shock in Blake's face. He was not expecting that. And at that moment, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit unhappy with Suhan dropping Jeffrey's name like that. I felt like it's giving me pick me vibe. I'm being honest. She really want to be picked by Blake, even though he's not really giving her that much of an energy. He's being nice to her. He's asking her question. But honestly, the most I've seen of an expression in Blake is when Suhan announced to him what Jeffrey said that he said. And the very interesting part about that discussion was that he didn't even deny what Jeffrey said. He said that he kind of expected her to say what she said.
Thing about being controlling, it was one of my fears, and it is the reason that I came in the way that I did. Like the goal was to not have this very conversation that we're having right now. So.
And honestly, that is a red flag. He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. And Suhan was just, giving me pick me vibe and telling him, there's other girls that are liking you. I like you. You can pick me. And, when she told him that, he's still going to stay thanks to production, he was like, well.
Like, I can't be everything for everyone. And to be honest, I may be, after the Jeffrey thing, like, I may be even a little more rough now, right?
Child, see what y'all done do? Do I wish that they eliminated Blake? at this point, because I understand what's going on behind the scene, I guess Blake is going to bring in the drama, right? Now that he knows that what the ladies are saying about him, and especially what Jeffrey said, he angry now. He angry, and he's probably gonna want to have a discussion with Jeffrey. But Sue-Ann, she's not picking up the clue. She just felt like, you know what, I like you, I want you to stay, so please stay for me. The perfect world would have rather they get rid of both of them, Fabrice and Blake. I would have said that because I thought that Fabrice, besides the sex talk, seemed to have a very nice personality. Maybe it would have been better for him to stay. But Blake is a walking red flag that Sue-Ann don't care. She still want to be picked. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment. This episode was okay. I like the fact that there seems to be some genuine connection forming. So to Ready to Love on this. And let me all know if you have any comment. I would love to discuss the show with you all. For those of you that are new and that are just discovering me, hey, welcome. And I invite you to, And for those of you that have been here with me, supporting me, thank you all so much. And see you next week for the next episode. Bye.